Hi guys, welcome back to another car review. I'm Reagan and today we are going to check out one of the hottest new contenders in the subcompact crossover category. I give you the Geely Coolray Premium. Let's do this! The 1 million pesos segment is turning out to be one of the most hotly contested segments in the Philippine car industry today. At 1 million pesos, you could either opt for a fully loaded subcompact sedan like a Toyota Vios or get yourself a bare-to-the-bones subcompact crossover. But what if a car maker could offer you a subcompact crossover that is fully loaded with features, gives you a dependable engine, and stays at the 1 million peso mark? Enter the Geely Coolray. Geely is a Chinese company which owns other established brands like Proton, Lotus, and Volvo. Now, Geely took advantage of the research and tech and development of its subsidiary companies, and you could see it all in this Geely Coolray Premium. Let's take a closer look at this car. Right off the bat, the first thing you'll note with the Geely Coolray is that it does not look like any of the earlier Chinese car offerings of the past, which looks like cheap knockoffs of other more existing and established European and Japanese brands. Instead, the Coolray sports a distinctive look that is truly its own, and it starts off with this signature red front grille that Geely likes to call the expanding cosmos, because it looks like a star in the middle just radiating and expanding out from that star to form the headlights, which Geely also likes to think of as twinkling stars in front of the Coolray. Now, these headlights are still halogen headlights. They're not a full LED treatment because the full LED treatment can be found in the top variant sport level. This is the Coolray Premium, which is the mid-level variant. Now, going down from the expanding Cosmos grille, you will see that the front bumper has been styled with a modern spaceship look, while keeping with the theme of being in a spacecraft, which is kind of futuristic. Now, it's gorgeous the way the creases and the lines all come together, and you will go down to the blacked out front diffuser, which has like a carbon fiber finish, although it's not carbon fiber, it just looks like it, but it's still made of plastic. But the design is a huge thumbs up for me. This gives the Geely Coolray a very sporty look to it at the front. Moving on to the side of the Coolray, you will note that the Coolray Premium does not sport the blacked out A-pillars or the blacked out roof that can be found in the top of the line sport variant. It still has the body color roof and A-pillars, but it's still a semi-floating roof design, which you can find here towards the rear side of the Coolray Premium. It looks like it's floating because there's this rear quarter glass panel that could be found at the back. Now, moving towards the body of the Coolray, you will note also that the body claddings at the bottom has been kept to a minimum, and I like it. I don't really like huge plastic black claddings because, honestly, let's face it, who would take these cars out to uncharted roads or to off-road courses, right? These are made for driving in the city, and you don't really need huge plastic black claddings, and the Geely Coolray obliges in that regard. You have minimal black plastic cladding that can be found also at the bottom. Now, for your tires, the tires and the wheels of the Coolray are in 18 inches, which is the same tire size as the sport model, the top of the line sport. So the premium sports share the same wheel size and design, and this is also wrapped in 215/55 R18 Linglong tires. Now, Linglong is a Chinese tire brand, and it's a pretty decent tire according to most tire reviews. Moving on to the rear of the Coolray Premium, you will note some more distinctive styling that is the Coolray's own. If the front grille is called the Expanding Cosmos, the Coolray also has taillights that are named the Wings of Time. Well, because they look like wings. Then in between the Wings of Time, you will see a brushed aluminum finish with the name of Geely front and center, at least in the rear. And normally I would give a pass on large letterings of the car maker's name on any car, but in this case this has been so beautifully executed that it gives it a classy look. Now the rear hatch of the Coolray doesn't just seem like it's been chopped off. You have this sloping portion right under the rear glass, and it gives the Coolray a little bit more streamlined, sleeker look, and I love it as well. Moving down from the rear hatch, you go to the rear bumper, and you will note that it has more sporty styling cues, and you will also see here a feature that could probably be found only in the Coolray, at least in this price segment. You've got functional quad exhaust pipes. Look at those babies. Wow, you've got quad exhaust pipes in a 1 million peso car. Wow, so this just shows you that the Coolray is really more of a sporty crossover than anything else. Now, flanking those quad exhaust pipes, you've your carbon fibered finish. Rear diffuser again emphasizes the sporty nature of the crossover, and to finish everything off, the cherry on top, you've got here F1 style rear fog light right in the center of the rear bumper. So if you have any doubts that the Coolray is a sporty crossover, those doubts are completely erased once you see the rear of this car. Now, since we're at the back of the Coolray, we might as well check out the trunk. And opening the liftgate, you will note that it is not a power liftgate. No, there, it's not really expected, at least in this price point. And looking at the trunk space, this would give you 330 liters of trunk space. It's an average size trunk space for subcompact crossovers, nothing special there. And when you lift the floor, the floorboard of the trunk, you will have, well, your usual jack tools and your donut spare tire. Now, if more space is needed, you could always tumble down the back seats, which should expand your space or trunk space even more. Moving on to the engine, all Coolrays in the Philippines are powered by a 1.5 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder engine that has been sourced from Volvo. This feisty little 3-cylinder engine produces, get this, 177 horsepower and 255 Newton meters of torque. Now, to make the most of all those 177 horses, all Coolrays also in the Philippines have a 7-speed wet dual clutch transmission. You heard me? No CVTs found in the Coolray. It sports a wet DCT transmission. That means the Coolray fully embraces its sporty nature by having a transmission that can normally be found in high-performance vehicles. So one of the coolest features of the Geely Coolray is the key. Now, the key that you have here, it's a futuristic looking key, if you notice. And it has the usual buttons. You've got your lock, your trunk opening, your unlock, and you've got your remote engine start. But that's not the special thing about this key. You see, if you're parked on a hot, sweltering hot summer day like what we have now, and your Geely's parked in an open car park like this, and you know that the inside of your car would be so hot, you could remotely open all the windows of your Geely Coolray with a press of a button. All you need to do is press the unlock button and hold it for a few seconds, and you've got all your windows rolled down. Now, that's a cool feature, but what if you decide to open it like that and all of a sudden you forgot something in the mall or in the office and you have to get back in and you don't want to go back inside your car just to close all the windows? Well, you don't have to worry, because all you need to do is press the lock button, all right, and hold it, and what happens is your windows automatically close by itself. Now, that is an awesome feature that you will never find in the 1 million peso car segment. Wow! Now let's go inside the Coolray to check out the driver's side. Upon opening the door, the first thing you will note is that the Coolray Premium comes with faux leather seats, and these are beautifully executed. You've got grayish piping here and contrast white stitching. The bolstering of the seats are pretty good as well. They're kind of sporty. It's not a power seat, but it's no biggie. Seated at the driver's seat of the Geely Coolray Premium, the first thing I'd notice is that it feels so airy and light because, check it out, it comes with a panoramic sunroof, and this is no ordinary glass roof. This is a panoramic sunroof that you can open like so. Wow, check it out. So this is a feature that normally isn't found at this price point, the 1 million peso price point, but you can have it here in the Geely Coolray Premium. Now I'm closing that sunroof back because it's sweltering hot outside. Now looking at the instrument gauges, I'm going to check it. I'm going to show it to you guys. Let's take a look. There you go. You've got your steering wheel, and this is a leather wrap steering wheel. And another feature that I noticed with the steering wheel is that it's a flat bottom steering wheel. Wow, this is something that you do not find in this price point nor in this segment. Normally flat bottom steering wheels are found only in high performance vehicles, but you got it here in the Geely Coolray Premium. The steering wheel is leather wrap. It's got its usual standard buttons, left and right. And if you look at the instrument gauges, this is not the full LED instrument gauge display that can be found in the Coolray Sport, the top of the line Sport. So you still got your traditional gauges, your tachometer, your speedometer, and your info screen right in the center that tells me now that I am not buckled in doing this review. And you've also got your digital display for fuel and engine temperature. So it's a standard instrument gauge. Now moving to the infotainment screen, you will have your 10.25-inch screen, probably one of the largest, if not the largest, in this segment. And it's a nicely colored screen. The font is pretty good. And then we're now in the home screen. And if you will note that if I would start tinkering around with the aircon controls, I'll just do this. The screen automatically shows you the climate control controls, and it will help you adjust settings that you want to adjust, so your fan and all that, and other climate control modes. So if you want to go back to the home, you just press this button in the middle, and well, it turns off your infotainment screen, but press it again and you're back in the home screen. The infotainment screen doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but it does have Bluetooth connectivity, so I guess that's fine. And it's good execution of an infotainment system. Another thing I noticed about the infotainment display is when you press on the setup button here, you will find that it also comes with a complete mock-up of the Geely Coolray, and it's a pretty awesome feature. Not really needed, but it's a nice touch. Digging deeper into the settings of the vehicle, you can just go to the vehicle settings, you can go to comfort, and you will note here that there is a word saying right steering camera, and I have it enabled. Now what that simply means is that if you put the turn signal to the right, which I'm doing now, you now have a view of what's on your right side, on your blind spot. So that helps with your safety. That helps with you just making sure that you don't, well, turn into anything nasty. Now looking at the dashboard, you've got your brushed aluminum finish here with some hard plastics that kind of look like leather, but trust me, they're not leather, they're just hard plastic made to look like leather. But if you will look at how it has been designed aesthetically, the door panels and the dashboard kind of reminds me of Volvos in terms of their stark Scandinavian kind of design. Now further accenting that design, you've got this center stack here with the same brushed aluminum finish. It is tastefully done, and you've got your shifter here that kind of reminds me again of another European brand, but this time not under the Geely group of companies. It reminds me of a BMW shifter. Now this shifter, if you'll note, is quite easy to operate. You've got the park button up here, front and center. So if you want to go into park from any, whether you're in neutral, drive, or reverse, you could just press the park button and you'd go straight to park. Now if you want to get out of park and go into, let's say, drive mode, just press the button under the shifter and go into drive, okay? Or you want to go to neutral, just press it up there, see? So you just have to keep pressing the button here below the shift knob, and you want to go into reverse, it takes you to reverse, and by going to reverse you also get to access your rear view camera and your rear sensors as well. From the reverse, you want to go into park, you just press the park button and you go into park straight away, which also activates your electronic parking brake automatically, which is quite a good convenience. The electronic parking brake comes with auto brake hold feature, and you've got another set of buttons here which would bring you into, let's say, eco mode, sport mode, and other safety features. You got your standard cup holders here, placeholder for your cell phone, for your smartphone, and of course your usual glove box that could be found here. You've got a grab handle as well for the passenger side, just in case that you decide to take it through sporty curves and all that stuff. Your passenger could just grab hold of this. And if you're looking for USB ports, they are conveniently found here at the bottom. Below the center stack, you've got your 12-volt charger, you've got your USB port, and you've also got another tray here where you can store some stuff. Now, upon first sitting inside the Coolray, I closed the door, and when I was trying to open the door, I was looking for the door handle, only to find that it has been tastefully designed into the door handle. The door handle is here, and you've got the door pull right here on top. So overall, this is a really nice way to design a door panel, at least in my opinion. And yeah, just open it and you're good to go. You can step outside your vehicle. At the back seat of the Premium, you will note that you've got a good amount of space. It's actually quite a comfortable space to be in. It's not that cramped, which is normally found in subcompact crossovers. I love that despite the diminutive size of the Coolray, it still is a comfortable ride in the back seat. I'm 5'6", and as you can see, there is a ton of knee room in front of me. You can see right now. And here in the back seat, you've got a couple of cup holders that you can find in the center armrest, and you've got some cup holders here also on the door panels. For a USB port to charge your device, you could find it in the center here, but this was like a row of 5 USB ports. But upon closer inspection, you will note that it's just a single USB port. So if you are a couple of passengers at the back and both of you need to charge your devices, well, you'll have to fight for it and get it to that solo USB port. But other than that, you don't have any climate controls here at the back, or even climate vents, AC vents. There's nothing to be found in the back. But given the size of the cabin, it's probably not even needed, since the aircon could just cool down the entire cabin pretty efficiently just by itself. Now, since the Geely Coolray is made for small families, as you can see here upon demonstration, we have a car seat and we have the beautiful owner of this beautiful car already strapped in and ready to go for her drive. Say hi to everyone.
Hi.
So yeah, this is perfectly child-friendly and it's an awesome car for small families. First up, visibility. So the Coolray is a sporty crossover, and you could see it in the windshield. It's steeply raked back, and well, it still provides a decent amount of visibility. The windows as well are quite clear. You've got a high belt line which kind of scrimps on your visibility, but still overall it's still decent. In terms of comfort, well, the seats are on the firm side, which still reminds you that this is a sporty crossover. No plush floating feeling that can be found in the Geely Coolray. So these are firm seats. It's okay. It doesn't feel thin. It just feels firm. And the aircon is quite cool. Even if we only have the aircon up front, it's decent enough to cool the entire cabin. I have the panoramic sunroof open. It's not, the glass isn't open, but the screen is open, just to provide better lighting inside the Coolray. And well, we don't really feel the heat of the sun. Well, that's probably also because the tint for this particular Coolray Premium is a nanotech tint, which helps with heat rejection. Alright, so let's go for acceleration. Now, you may have some doubters that the 3-cylinder engine, a 1.5-liter 3-cylinder engine, would be inadequate when it comes to something like this. But wow, this thing could roll, and I'm still in eco mode as it is. I'm going to step out of eco mode now. Alright, so we're out of eco mode and immediately, whoa, the throttle response has improved. Oh my goodness. Now, that is just in normal mode. It's not eco mode, okay? So I'm gonna try it again. Punch the pedal. Holy cow, whoa. Yeah. So if there are naysayers and doubters who are saying that the Geely Coolray has a puny 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine, well, take it out for a drive and you are going to correct yourself. I'm still in normal mode now. Let's see, let's go for a little bit more acceleration. Wow! Oh, okay, speed bump. All right. Now, since we're going over some speed bumps, you will also note that the suspension is quite pliant. It's not rough, it's not stiff, but it's also not floaty like you're driving a barge. It's perfectly tuned. I love that Geely did their homework when it comes to the suspension. This thing is comfortable yet sporty at the same time. And wow, I still couldn't get enough of that acceleration. I'm still in normal mode at this point. Now we're just going to clear this stoplight and I'm going to switch it to sport mode just to see what kind of balls this Geely Coolray has. Okay, so we're now in sport mode and holy moly, whoa! Yeah, so you could feel that this has a wet dual clutch transmission. There is no lag at all in acceleration. Holy cow, wow, this is an awesome, let's go for that stoplight. Yeah, sport mode totally transforms this car into a different beast, and it is a beast for a 1.5 liter 3-cylinder engine. It's crazy. It's like you get 3 different types of cars in the Geely Coolray. If you're just puttering around, you can be in eco mode, but if you're hurrying to go to the groceries to buy your baby's diapers, you could put it in sport mode and unleash hell. Crazy. Wow, it's an awesome car. Wow. Whew. Man. If I were the owner, I'd probably just keep it in sport mode all the time. Alright, so finally, well, before we even forget that we are in a family subcompact crossover, let's talk about the NVH levels of this car. And in that segment, the Geely Coolray doesn't disappoint as well. You will also note that the cabin is so quiet. Granted, we are in a quiet neighborhood now, but it sounds and feels so quiet, and the bumps are soaked up very well, and you know that you are in a premium subcompact crossover. But that's the thing, the Geely Coolray was never priced to be a premium luxury subcompact crossover, but the features, the NVH, the tech that went into the engine, into the acceleration, the handling, it feels like you are driving a premium subcompact crossover. And wow, this thing punches way above its weight. This Geely Coolray is probably the best bang for the buck subcompact crossover you could buy nowadays. This is just fantastic. And I can't believe I am saying that about a Chinese-made car. You see, Geely has come a long way. A long way. So there you have it. That's the Geely Coolray Premium. This Chinese-made car has come a long way to prove itself to be a worthy contender in the subcompact crossover category. It gives you premium luxury features that everyone wants without breaking the bank. And speaking of bank, how much does this Geely Coolray Premium go for? Well, you get all these luxury features for only 1,088,000 Philippine pesos. Now that is a huge bargain for something that has all the cool features found in the Geely Coolray. Once again, thank you guys for watching one of my car reviews. If you like this review, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. I upload videos once a week, car review videos once a week. And if you have anything to say about the Geely Coolray Premium, hit me in the comments below. Once again, I'm Reagan, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye-bye.